I woke up that morning to a ping on my phone, groggy and still tangled in last night's dreams. I rubbed my eyes and saw a message from her. "Happy birthday," it said. Simple, polite, the kind of thing you'd send an ex you didn't really care about anymore. And yet my chest tightened, because it wasn't from some ex. It was from her, my wife, the woman I trusted more than anyone in this world. I stared at it for a long time. My first thought was relief. Finally, some warmth on a morning that had begun like any other. But then, almost immediately, the dread crept in. That same dread I'd felt creeping into our lives over the past few weeks. The subtle, almost imperceptible changes that I tried to ignore. Her phone never left her hand these days. I'd see it glow in her palm, her fingers moving quickly, smiles or frowns flashing across her face in moments she tried to hide. Calls she missed because the battery died, but somehow always seemed to recover by morning. And there was that constant defensiveness. Every question I asked, no matter how casual, was deflected with a joke, a sigh, or a distracted, "I'm busy." I shook my head, trying to push the thoughts aside. Maybe I was just overthinking it. Maybe I was letting my own insecurities creep in where trust used to live. But trust, I realized, is like glass. You think it's sturdy until one crack spreads silently across the surface, until everything you lean on shatters. I tried to focus on the birthday, tried to push the unease aside. Later, she came downstairs, smiling, her presence filling the room like nothing had changed. But I noticed her hands, always so careful where they touched, always hiding the phone a little too casually when I entered the room. "Thank you for the wishes," she said lightly, brushing past me in the kitchen. Her voice was normal, but my stomach twisted. There was a familiarity to her tone, like she was performing, and that performance made me sick in a way I couldn't articulate. The first real suspicion came one evening when she left her phone on the counter. I don't know why I looked at it. I really didn't intend to, but it was lying there, screen unlocked. A thread of messages caught my eye, a casual exchange, a name I didn't recognize at first. Then I read it. My heart stopped. My hands went cold. "Can't wait to see you tonight," one message said. "I missed you." The rest fell into place in horrifying clarity. Dates she had with friends, errands that supposedly ran late, nights she claimed she was stuck in traffic. Every little lie, suddenly sharp and obvious. And yet, despite knowing this, despite the betrayal, she still sent me a birthday message. A polite, empty birthday message. I didn't respond immediately. I didn't know if I could. The room felt impossibly quiet. Each breath I drew heavy with disbelief and fury. I couldn't reconcile the image of her, the woman I loved, the woman I shared a life with the text messages proving she had chosen someone else's company over mine. When she returned home that night, I confronted her, not with accusations, not with screaming. I just stood there, phone in hand, voice trembling more from heartbreak than anger. "Why?" I asked. "Why me?" She froze, guilt flickering across her face like lightning in a storm. Her usual composure cracked, and for the first time, I saw her as she truly was, flawed, terrified, regretful. I don't know," she whispered, and that was all she could say. No justification, no defense, just a hollow echo of betrayal. We didn't speak much after that. The house, once filled with laughter and shared memories, was now a gallery of reminders that hurt more than they comforted. Photos of trips, our favorite coffee mugs, even the bed we shared felt foreign. Every memory, once a source of warmth, was tainted by the knowledge that it had been shared with someone who had already turned away. Weeks passed. I didn't see her like I used to. I didn't reach out. And then came the text, the one I received on my birthday. My birthday. She hadn't missed it. Despite everything, she had remembered. "Happy birthday." It said again, polite, civil, like a stranger. And it hurt more than all the anger, all the betrayal. Because I realized something in that moment. I didn't deserve it. Not the message, not her presence, not the slightest hint of affection. I had been faithful, loyal, loving, and she had betrayed that trust without a second thought. I didn't reply. I deleted the message almost immediately. I couldn't give her the satisfaction of a response. And I knew, deep down, that the only way I could begin to heal was to let go. Not in anger, not in revenge, but in quiet, resolute acceptance. It took months to stop replaying the little moments. The way her laugh had sounded genuine when she had lied. The softness of her touch that had masked deceit. The promises that had felt eternal. But slowly, I began to rebuild. Not for her. Not because I forgave her. But for myself. I rebuilt the fragments of my trust, my self-respect, and my ability to believe in someone again. And though I will always remember the betrayal, the birthday messages she sent, the false kindness, the hollow apologies, I learned something crucial. Love doesn't make you blind. It teaches you the value of seeing clearly, even when it hurts. And sometimes the most powerful act of self-love is walking away, carrying the lessons with you, stronger, wiser, and unbroken. I never sent a reply. I never forgave her. And I need to, because the only person whose respect I had to reclaim was my own.